Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at soundwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com, over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple Music. And don't forget to take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, a lot more. Makes great Christmas gifts. And for you ladies, take your man shopping with the special Mike Wagner tote bag, and I can always help you with some shopping. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, as well as phone cases and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM and PayPal. Also, the MikeWagnerShow.com, and make sure you give generously today. He's backed by popular demand, the very, very multi-talented author who wrote Mistress of the Rock. We had him on the program, as well as Scylla's Revenge, and he's based out of Cyprus, and he also did work with the BBC. He also wrote some travel and also wrote some programs, and he's back with a 3rd of the series, and it's involving Julie, and it is basically going on an Odyssey, and we're going to talk about that live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, from the other side of the pond, backed by popular demand, the author of the book Mistress of the Rock and Scylla's Revenge, and we got the 3rd one, Julie's Odyssey, Alpha and Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented author Myron Everett. Myron, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. It was a great introduction. I wish I could use it myself.
Well, it doesn't hurt to craft one as well too. I hope you crafted some intros and did little things here and there during the pandemic and shut down. I hope you did some work like that.
I did. Yeah. I got caught up with some ideas of mine. So yeah, I did that. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you also had some books as well too. You had Mistress of the Rock. We talked about that, along with Scylla's Revenge, and you also worked as worked with BBC. You did some travel, and of course, you want more information. For more information on that, you can also check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast with Myron Edwards, and go to Spreaker, SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and of course, just for those who don't recall Mistress of the Rock and Scylla's Revenge, maybe you can just give us a quick recap on the 2 books.
Okay, well, the Mistress of the Rock is the first in the series of 3. Now, I never intended to write 3 books. I only ever intended to write 1. It came about by chance, the whole scenario. I just will briefly go over how it happened. I saw something at Aphrodite's Rock, which is in Cyprus, the very famous place of the birthplace of Venus, or Aphrodite, as we prefer to call her, because the Venus is the Roman way of talking about her. But generally, the whole concept of Aphrodite and the Mistress of the Rock is that there is a figure in the water under the sea. Now, you can believe it or you can not believe it. You see the image or you don't see the image. But that's what the whole concept of the book was about. This guy discovering this image and then taking it further and further, but having also resurrected, if you like, the goddess herself. So that's the style of the book. The first book, Mistress of the Rock, leads into the second book, which is Scylla the Revenge. It comes about the second book because of what happens in the first with her being rebuked by her so-called lover, which is the guy who is the main character, Richard Cole, an ex-army soldier. And from there, the Scylla Revenge, or Scylla the Revenge, goes into a third book, which is what I've just published. That's called, as you mentioned, Julie's Odyssey, Alpha and Omega, and it basically winds the whole thing up. Whereas before, the main character, Richard Cole, is a central figure, Julie is really a periphery to that. Although she does feature in the storyline, she's not as prominent as Richard is. In the third book, it reverses. She is the heroine. She's the person who goes about trying to, best way to explain it is to trying to bring back her husband. Now, her husband, I'm going to give away the second book's ending.
You can tease. That's okay. You can tease.
Okay. Richard dies in the second book. Okay. But his soul is carried to the underworld. So now in the third book, Julie's Odyssey, she has to go and retrieve his soul. That's the whole story. The underworld itself is a very complicated place, and it's full of horrors and terrors and things like that. It's akin in many ways to Jason and the Argonauts and an Odyssey of the same sort of description. She, alongside one of Richard's best friends, goes to the underworld with Aphrodite to try and reclaim the soul of Richard Cole. But the twist is that it could be Richard Cole, as it is, or it could be Adonis, which is why Aphrodite is involved, because Adonis was Aphrodite's lover. Wow. So the body is trapped in the underworld, either one or the other. It has the soul. So that's the story. She has to go to the underworld with the help of various people. She makes it to the underworld, but she encounters all the terrors of the underworld. And that's what the story of Julie's Odyssey is all about. The final conflict, if you like, takes place at the place where the original book ends. So it's Alpha and Omega means the beginning and the end in Greek. So that's just a précis of what to look forward to in the third book.
And you also in there as well, too, as the two begin their inquiries as well, too, they meet with the mysterious Crystallides. I hope I got that right, and shows them the reason for the demise, reason, identity, and of course, you know, the three must travel as well, too, and a lot of twists and turns. Maybe even just talk about who is Crystallides. I think that's how I got right.
Yeah, well, Crystallides actually revolves. Sorry, start again. Crystallides actually confirms what the suspicion was all along, is that he is Zeus, the king of the gods. So he reveals himself in his true identity when Julie goes to find her husband, because her husband is now passed on, and she doesn't believe what the stories that are coming out, that he was killed in a car accident. She doesn't believe it, and she needs to find the truth. The way that she finds the truth is to go and investigate, but with the help of Peter Shaw, who was her friend. And then Mr. Crystallides comes into the session and basically reveals himself as the king of the gods, as well as starting the Odyssey that Julie has to embark upon.
And how long was this, you know, Julie, you know, in the gap where it's just like, you know, Richard passes on, and time when Julie decides to discover. How long do you think that's been? About maybe like a year,
Right.
2 years,
Okay.
5 months?
The time scale is basically based on the Greek legends of ancient Greece, is that when the soul passes to the underworld, before it is finally accepted, it goes into a state of limbo. So it's up to a year before Hades can then claim the actual soul. And that's what this is. She's got to get there within a given time to be able to retrieve the soul. And that's where the whole essence of the story comes in. But in order to resurrect him, she has to have something called the Gorgon's blood. Okay. Now the Gorgon's blood is Medusa. One of the Gorgons is Medusa, and everybody knows the story of Medusa turning people into rock if you see her face, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Well, her head, because of Perseus cut her head off, is in a case that Zeus has in his birthplace. So Julie has to travel first to get the head and cut the blood from the head. But in doing so, she will then be able to resurrect her husband. Unfortunately for Julie, she's up against the likes of Hades, who in fact wants the blood for himself, and at the same time has dispatched someone to try and get it at any cost to Julie. It makes no difference. So in other words, there are two conflicts going on.
Okay, so in other words, there's competition for Medusa's head and Medusa's blood between Julie and Hades.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Okay, so in other words, there's competition going on between Julie and Hades for Medusa and the blood.
Yes, exactly.
It is okay. All right.
Yeah. Yes, because with the power of resurrection, as Hades has or would have, if he was able to get hold of Medusa's head, he could upset the balance in the underworld. And likewise, that's the same of Zeus, and that's why Hades is desperate to try and get it before Julie can get to it. So there's this conflict all the time going on between Hades and Zeus, but it's not direct, it's indirect, because Zeus can't go to the underworld. However, Hades can come to the earth, or can come up from the underworld.
Wow.
He is and he has a society that worships him in the on the earth, but he then reverts back to the underworld when he needs to, and that's the basis of the lines that are being drawn between the two. So there's a mortal world and there's an immortal world, and that's where the battle, if you like, continues.
That is sounding interesting. Of course, besides that conflict as well, too, what are some of the other conflicts or competition that we can experience? Maybe like one or two more in the book, besides fighting for Hades and Medusa and the blood.
Okay, right. Well, if first of all, you have to appreciate that in order to get to the underworld, she has to go down into the area where Charon, who is the ferryman that ferries the souls to the underworld. Okay, now the underworld has 5 different places. She doesn't know which one he's in, and the only way that she can do that, find out exactly which one Richard is in, is to use the power of perfect thought. It's similar to the idea of Star Wars, the force, may the force be with you, that sort of thing. She has perfect thought, and with perfect thought she can open doors or open up places with the eye of Zeus, which is Zeus has given her.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm sure she had a few Jedis with him as well too. Maybe bring Yoda somewhere too, just putting on the shoulder or something. I was like, use the Force.
Exactly. So in that way, she comes across, first of all, she has to go in and find the Medusa's head. And then she encounters two more of Zeus's guards, very famous guards. One is the harpies, the bird-like human figure, and the other is Talos, the bronze figure. Now, both of these creatures are on the island of Crete. So whereas before the action took place in Cyprus, this is Crete, and it's giving me a new sort of angle to the story, because the birthplace of Zeus, according to the text, was made in he was born in a cave in Crete. Now, what is interesting is that you have a situation where you're using again the modern situation against the ancient situation. So you've got, for example, the messenger of the gods, and he is becoming a focal point in the story as well. Now, the messenger of the gods is, oh, I've forgotten now.
Mercury?
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's the Greek version.
I was trying to think it was Mercury. I was trying to think it was I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I'm sure the name will come up. Continue. So
I will look it up in the book, because
okay,
it's only fair to do so.
Okay.
Messenger to the gods. 1 second. 88. Hermes. That's it.
Hermes, that's it. Okay.
Hermes. Okay, sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay. So Hermes is basically the person who leads Julie into the underworld, or even though he can travel into the underworld, he doesn't go with her. The only people that go into the underworld with her are Richard's friend Peter Shaw and Aphrodite, and that's how it starts. The whole Odyssey begins when they all board the ferry to take them into the underworld.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you want to check out the book, and I mean, it's just an amazing journey. It just makes you want to go on as well too. And we'll talk a bit more as well too, and what's coming up from Myron Edwards in just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Widener Show at the MikeWidenerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Widener Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Widener Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Widener Show at the MikeWidenerShow.com, over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Widener Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Widener Show on Instagram and Twitter today, and check out the Mike Widener Show merchandise at the MikeWidenerShow.com and on Amazon.com at the Mike Widener Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/MeandMolson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also cool merchandise, t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, and phone cases and more. Amazon.com/Mia. Also, support us on Anchor FM as well as PayPal and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the multi-talented author Myron Edwards on the Mike Wagner Show. He had Mistress of the Rock and also Scylla's Revenge, or Skylar's Revenge, as you would call it. And we just got done with the book, his latest as well, Julie's Odyssey, and that is coming out. And by the way, when is that? When did the book come out, and where can they get it at?
Okay, the book came out on Halloween, 31st of October.
Mm-hmm.
So it was quite appropriate for that particular date. You could get it from, let me give you an idea. First of all, in the America, you can get it from Barnes and Noble. This big bookshop that you have there. It's available on Amazon.com and .co.uk. And for your Japanese listeners, it's available on Amazon.jp. And it's also available through my rockhillpublishing.com, who are the publishers of the actual book itself. Or you can send me a message if you wish on my myronedwardsbooks.com, and I'll be happy to give you some more information as to where you can buy the book from. That's fine. There's also, I believe, they're doing it as a three book package as well, so it's ideal as a Christmas present if anybody's looking for a Christmas present. And it's as I say, available in 3 formats. It's an ebook, it's a paperback, and it's a hard book cover as well.
Mm-hmm. Also, too, for audiobook listeners, is it available on audiobook as well?
Not yet, no. I'd like to do an audiobook, but I haven't yet got around to doing it. So I'd wait to see.
Okay. Well, that'd be amazing as well, too. There are some audiobook listeners out there, like on Audible, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and everything else. Of course, look forward as well, too. And what else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond, Myron?
Well, I'm going to take a rest for a while from writing because it infringes on the family time as well. When you're a writer, you basically become a solitary person, which is not particularly pleasant. But it's because of the passion that you have for the job that you're trying to do. So now I just want to spend some time with the family. I've had some problems with my health, and that's not exactly been very easy. I've had to have operations for possible dialysis. I have got, I have to wait on to see how that's going to progress. At the moment, I'm in what you call remission, but I've had four or 5 operations already. So as you can see, it takes it out of you a bit. And writing, of course, is so solitary. So you have to find the time to be able to write, but at the same time, you don't want to sacrifice what you have as well. Well, particularly, the family have been very supportive as well, which makes a huge difference. But generally now, I think it's time for me to just basically push the idea of the 3 books, getting many people to read them, as possible, which is why I'm always thankful for you, Mike, for what you do. I'm also looking to try and develop this into a film, because I've been told by so many people it should be a movie, but I need to contact the right people to be able to do that. Or likewise, if anybody's listening and would like to help, I would be, happy to get in touch with them. So I'm trying all different ways to bring this story to the world. I'm sorry about the sort of explanation. The reason that I'm a bit hesitant about explanations is I don't want to give the story away, because I want people to write the book.
That's understandable. Yeah.
So I have to be sort of conciliatory in terms of saying, well, this is this and this is that and this happens and all the rest of it. But read it yourself, then you can see for yourself what happens. I personally think that this 3rd one has been a challenge because it's written from Julie's perspective. I'd never written from a woman's perspective before, And according to the editors at the publishing company, they think it's good in terms of it reads okay. That is a personal opinion. I don't know, and I would like people to, read it and then give a comment or two on the various book sites, to give me a better idea if I've done it right.
And of course, going back to the movie idea as well, too, which I think is a really good idea, by the way, Myron. And, I love to talk more about it as well, too. And, go watch it once it's, seen and everything. It takes whatever, a long time. And ideally, who would you have cast in the movie?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think, Mike, if you remember going back to the first interview we had, I did say that at the time we had a film interest, and we had Gillian Anderson, who'd signed up, who from the X-Files. She'd signed up to play the part of Julie. But of course, everything went pear-shaped with the financial problems that Cyprus had, and everybody pulled out. And I've never been able to find anybody else since. I'd like to think that I could get somebody, I don't know, somebody like Gillian Anderson to play Julie, but also the Richard needs to have a strong sort of character. Now, I've been told that you need to have, if you want to get into the movies, diversity. So whereas Richard in the books is a guy in his 20s, and he's from England, and he's how shall I put it? He's Caucasian, yeah. The way that movies are moving now, you have to have an ethnic sort of feel to it as well. So I would think that if it was a film that was being made, Richard would be an ethnic person, and Julie would be, as she is originally from Boston, the same sort of character.
Wow, amazing. And of course, the pandemic has changed as well, too. And the first person I thought of, is like a James Bond type, or who's been in James Bond before, too, or who had been in line to play James Bond, that sort of thing. So,
yeah. No, I think the casting side would come down to the director on who would play the roles, but there's scope within the screenplay, because I've written the screenplay for it. And it's either going to be a screenplay with 3 individual movies or 1 long movie, or it could be put into a TV series.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
And of course, you also got the streaming services. You got Netflix, you got Amazon Prime, you got Tubi TV, YouTube. It's like, all kinds of streaming services out there, not just a network. There's like multiples of streams out there. I mean, you could just like be all over the place.
Yeah, and to be honest, it would be really good, because the situation with those streaming services opens up a great big audience for people. The problem is, how do you get to them? This is the difficulty. You need somebody to make the introduction, and you need somebody to talk about your particular project, and then you need backing for it, which is always the most difficult thing to find. No matter how good the story is, unless you have the backing behind it, you won't be able to crash into that particular medium,
Right, exactly. And of course, we're certainly looking forward to as well, too. Once again, we're with author Myron Edwards on the Mike Widener Show with the latest Julie's Odyssey, Alpha and Omega. It's great to hear from you again, Myron, and let's do it again really soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. And once again, tell us what's upcoming as well, too. Even if it's like, far if you're done with your recovery, we like to wish you that. And also, what's your website? How do people contact? Where can people purchase your books, and especially Julie's Odyssey, Alpha and Omega?
Okay, well, I'll just say again, it's on Barnes and Noble. I was told that this week it's available through Barnes and Noble in the States. It's on Amazon.co.uk and Amazon.com. It's also available from rockhillpublishing.com, who are the publishers of the book. And if anybody wants to get in touch with me, they can get in touch with me with myronedwardsbooks.com. There's a guest book on there where people can sign in and leave a comments, etc. I'd love people to leave reviews if they read the books, because it's always great to have feedback on the what they thought of the story. So far, I haven't had too many derogatory comments. Of course, you'll always get derogatory comments.
Keep it that way.
generally-
I won't do that to you. No.
But generally, Mike, it's been favorable. So yeah, I'm pleased with the way that things have gone. Just need to increase the sales dramatically, as everybody else does, because that way, the more people buy the books, the more I'm going to get noticed. And places like yourself give me the opportunity to do that, which I'm grateful for.
And of course, you're amazing as well, too, Myron. I'm going to give you a review right now. Book 1, excellent. Book 2, excellent. Book 3, even more excellent. Those are my reviews for you. You got it right here on the Mike Wagner Show.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much.
Great. Once again, Myron, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great, and looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep in touch, and let's do it again very soon. You're always fantastic, and great to hear from you again.
Merry Christmas to you and your family, and hope the next year is good for you as well. You've been doing a grand job so far. Keep it up. All right. All the best, Mike. Take care.